All right, here we go, people. We got some important information coming out of the NFL rooms. Now, for those that don't know, we got a lot of trolls out there that are all of a sudden, it's been 2 weeks since we heard from them. But they're out there talking about how Shedeur Sanders isn't worthy of being on an NFL team. But now we're going to see what everybody was saying, quote unquote, the aunties and the uncles out there was saying when we were watching the game. We were literally seeing a dude be put behind a horrid offensive line. Now, you guys can say he was out there with the fourth string, he was out there with the fifth string, he was out there, he was doing this, he was doing that. You can make up any excuse that you want to. But let's go to be for real. First quarter rolls around, Flacco's out there with the ones and the twos. Second quarter rolls around, Dylan Gabriel is out there with the ones and twos. However you wanna chalk it up. What I don't like is the fact that people are literally sitting out here trying to say that the Browns did not sabotage Shedeur Sanders. Now, if you're all about, as Kevin Stefanski, I like Kevin Stefanski, but he's doing a lot of stuff right now that's causing me to look at him sideways. Now, we're going to go to Exhibit A. We're going to look at all of the linemen out there, and we're going to go to the Cleveland Browns waiving 17 players. And if you guys haven't been taking a look, we're going to go all the way back to, because this guy needs to be said. He needs to be brought to the forefront. And granted, he came from North Carolina A&T. It's not really a school that produces top offensive linemen. But this guy, I want you guys to take heed of his name. And his number was 72. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because in game one against the Carolina Panthers, he jumped off the screen for me for all the wrong reasons. And this is going to all come full circle back to talking about the sabotaging of Shedeur Sanders' last visual of everyone. But I wanted you guys, and hopefully, if I remember correctly, granted it was the blitz, number 72. Just keep that number in mind. And we are about to look at the offensive line that first rolled out there with Shedeur Sanders. And we got number 74. We got number 66, 71, 67. So, if we go to the Cleveland Browns football page, and hopefully the numbers are there so I don't have to Google everything, but since everything is updated, not updated, but since all the players are already waived, it's going to come back. So we got number 67. And this is what I'm going to do instead of having to boom, boom, 67. Not 67 pounds. Number 67. I guess number 67 got waived. Okay, I'm going too far down the list. Okay, here we go. So, number 71, Cornelius. I can't do that because I got my hotkeys. Hold up. Can I use the top? I think I can use the top ones. Yeah, I can use the top ones and not switch the screens. Okay, 34-year-old Cornelius Lucas. Then we got number 74, who is Tevin Jenkins. 5 years in, 11 years in, and got to go back a little bit. Is that 68? It's kind of hard to see the numbers though, but we gonna get down to the nitty gritty. Cause I want to show y'all the offensive line that he had when he looked like a first round caliber quarterback. Number 56 is Luke Weipler. So we got number 56 out there. We got number 78 out. Did I say number 78? I don't think I said number 78. I think I said 74. Yes. So far we got 4. We got 3. Oh, that's a better. Ooh, I like that. I made a mistake. It hit the mute button. Was it a sabotaging of Shedeur Sanders or not? And the only way we can come to the conclusion that it was a sabotaging is we got to compare his first game to the last game that we just saw him in. And that's going to give us our answer. And mind you, remember this guy. We gonna get to him because he was jumping off the screen for me all throughout the preseason, even in game 1. All right, so for the most part, we've accounted for number 71, who is Cornelius Lucas, 34 years old, 11 years in, out of Kansas State, and I'm pretty sure he is the starter or he's on. If he's not a starter, he's going to be in a rotation for them. Luke as well. He's in his 3rd season. And I'm pretty sure Tevin Jenkins as well. Is he mixed or is he full? Okay, that's besides the point. So we've accounted for 3 offensive linemen so far. We got an offensive tackle and we got 2 guards. So we got number 71, number 68. Probably waived. Yes, he's waived because I don't see his number. So these are all of the people that we're focused on. And number 68. I wish they had the numbers of the players. Let's see. Can I go to the transactions? Here are all of the people that they released. So, number 68 has probably been released because if his number is not on the roster right now, and this is how I'll be able to for sure tell. If I don't see Tyler Huntley, I know this is updated. So this is updated. They got 5 quarterbacks. That's the Browns for you. So number 68 has probably been released. Number 67, let's see. Number 67 has been released because, and I did it again. I keep using my hotkeys. I got to stop using my hotkeys and use the top. So these 2, I think that's the right side of the line. So you probably got your right tackle, your right guard, whatever the case may be. Number 56. Let me use my keys. Number 56. Okay, is Luke Weipler in his 3rd season. So we got 71, 74. So we got 3 starters and 2 players who are not even on the team anymore. So that's good, right? And this was for a couple of possessions, if I'm not mistaken. So you pretty much got your not your rookies, but your hopefuls on one side of the line, and you got your for sure guys on the opposite side of the line. But I want to fast forward to when number 72 gets into the game because that guy was terrible. This man here, Jason Ivey, I don't know how he snuck into the Cleveland Browns organization, but he was getting beat all. He's going to be pretty much in place of Cornelius Lucas. He's going to come in and replace him. And I'm just like, dude, all you have to do is guard. Trying to get to it. Can't remember the quarter he actually came in at. But I remember he was always in this area of the screen, so I gotta get past all of this. Oh, there he is. So even before we get to him being down here and they going this way, we're gonna start over here. So number 67 is still in. I think number 67 is gone. Number 56 is gone, if I'm not mistaken. Got 55, 56. Oh, I'm tweaking. 56 is there. That's Luke, right? Yeah, I'm tweaking. My bad. So Luke is still in the second quarter. He's pretty much set in stone going to be on that left side, I think. So number 72 is going to be up here because when he's down here, it's going to be the same side of the line. I think the left side. So he's going to be like the left tackle or something. Just keep your eye out. Number 72. Look at that. Why would you let... The play isn't over. Look, he just lets him through. He just lets him through. And that's why he got waived. That's exactly why he got waived. You do not let the player... He just let him through. But good thing Shedeur got the ball out of there before it could turn into a catastrophic failure for him. But that play alone right there shows you why he got waived. The dude is terrible. You are that big and that trash. Okay, here we go. So now he's at this part of the field. This is where, when I was talking about Shedeur Sanders, if I'm not mistaken, I have a live stream up about Shedeur's first game, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully I do. And in that live stream, number 72, who is Jason Ivey, who got waived. Yes, I think I did. And I spent 40 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, talking about Shedeur's epic performance. And in that, did I ever mention, hopefully I did. I feel like I did. Okay, probably. It was pretty much me comparing him to all of the other, rookies and what they weren't doing on game one. Okay, was it this one? I know for a fact I was talking about him. I know for a fact I made mention of it plenty of times. And I think I did. I think it's this live stream that I was talking about him. Yes, because this is the one I broke down the footage of how I was talking about Shedeur was only focusing on one side of the field versus, trying to fake out the defense. I'm going to get to it. Because they kept sending the blitz, and he kept letting them through. Number 72, Jason Ivey, out of North Carolina A&T, making that school look bad. I'm going to get to it. I think it's this. I think it's right here. I think I found it. Let me see. Yep. Number 72. There you go. Number 72. What'd I tell you? I broke it down piece by piece. He kept giving up. This same dude. We're going to go back to it. How do you stop? Even though it ended in a touchdown, how do you stop guarding? He just stopped defending. And in this next play, easy pickup. He just gets beat, and he was getting beat the whole entire time I was breaking down this footage of Shedeur Sanders, man. Number 72, Jason Ivey. And that's not the only possession he would get beat on. Even though he got 3 men coming through, You got your running back there. Focus on your guy. He kept getting beat. That's not the only possession. So defensively, you get you a running. And I broke it down to a T, man. To a T. That's not the only play he was giving up. This is a better look right here. And this is where offensive linemen make their money. In the film room. And look at, got a better view of even more. 72 is no longer there. Of course, he got waived. Jason Ivey. His name is on there. Terrible. Bucky Williams. Dartarian Tinsley. Lorenzo Thompson. Jason Ivey trash. Sebastian Gutierrez. Jackson Barton. So they had a lot of linemen out there. Javion Cohen, however you want to pronounce that. I wish they had the numbers by him. You know what? Let me see if I can. Because we gonna put some faces to these guys. We gonna put some faces to these guys. That's not a good. What number was he? They doing everything but showing the number. We need to see the number. Number 62. Boom. Gotcha. Yes, sir. Gotcha. We finna get down to the nitty gritty. Tackle. Jackson Barton. Oh, he look like he can't guard a cat. We gonna go Javion Cohen, however you pronounce that. We gonna go. We don't need to see Jason Ivey because that's him right there. Number 72, trash behind. Hey, man, all your job is to do is the pancake somebody. You can't do that. And then the man, like, he built for it, too. Still couldn't get the job done. Man, I'd be in a gym every day working on my craft if I had the opportunity to. Dang it. What's his number? He don't even got an NFL page. He don't even got an NFL page, dude. What are we doing here? Cincinnati. I need his NFL page. I need. We finna get to the bottom of this, cause the trolls in the comments swearing it wasn't a sabotage of Shedeur Sanders. When all the real ones know, if you know ball, you know you don't send no quarterback out there that you think is gonna be your future. Behind some players you gonna waive the same day. Right after the game, it got waived. Dang it. So we're not gonna be able to see all of the numbers. I got two of them so far. I got number 68 who got waived. I got number 62 who got waived. But was he number 67? I guess he was 60. I guess that's him right there. Javion Cohen. He right next to number 54. Dang it. Trying to find the numbers, man. Gotta get the numbers. Number 69. That's probably why he got waived, choosing that stupid behind number. Number 69. Okay, we got number 69. We gotta count. We gotta account for all of these players, dude. So we got Bucky who got waived. We got Jackson who got waived. We got Javion who got waived. We got Lorenzo Thompson who got waived. Still trying to find the guard. The Terrian, number 65. There you go. Number 65. Okay. Got him. You know what? Let me see if they do that for all of them. Nah, because they don't got a number right there. But we already know who that is. So getting back to my point, was Shedeur Sanders sabotaged? I already told you guys he was sabotaged. Now, it's not a conspiracy theory because these ain't all of the starters, but they have a mixture of guys. Number 54, if I'm not mistaken. Is it number 54? Let me go to the. So we got him right here. 55, 56, 75, 74. For the most part, he was in there with the starters. In the first quarter, he was in there with the starters. But number 72 is the one you guys should keep your eye on. So that was the third quarter. That's why we don't see the guys that we saw. And why do I got the Panthers pulled up twice? Gotta say the Rams game. Gotta have that one up because this is. So back to my point. Didn't I have the Rams? Okay, yeah, I had the Rams up for the fact that we got to show in the first quarter. I need a shot of the linemen's backsides. No point intended. I need to view the lineman from the back. No diddy. Because we going to see. I need that back shot, man. I need the back shot. Hurry up. Look how well they holding up that line for Flacco. You see all that time Flacco had to pass that rock to Njoku. Jones is out there. Oh, they not showing the O-line. So I'm going to have to scramble for the numbers to compare them to what they sent out there for. Get back to this point to finish this segment up. That dude kept getting beat and beat and beat. And when I was breaking down the footage, I came to that realization. So I know the coaches came to the realization, and this is what happened in the film room. When you breaking down film, you see who pops up on your screen. Here we go. Oh, that's the same blitz, right? Yeah, I think that's the same. Oh no, I made a mistake and rewind the video. I was breaking that one down to the T. And here is another play where he gets beat. But the defender slipped. He kept getting beat. This is the same guy as we saw earlier when Shedeur threw his first touchdown to number 89. Shout out to number 89 and number 37. They had the most chemistry with Shedeur in this game. He was defending, it seemed like the safety. And then after so much defending, he just let the safety come through. But by that time, Shedeur already had the ball out. Look at that. I think that's a blitz. When I was breaking it down. And that's just me. So this video is already up. So if you want to hear my full opinion on that, it's already up. I already talked about it. So back to these guys. Tevin Jenkins, Cornelius Lucas, Luke Weipler, however you pronounce that. They're all still on the same team. I mean, not the same team, but on the Rams. Now let's get down to O-line versus O-line. Number 70 is out there. Who is number 70? Number 70 is Zach Zentner, who is still on the roster. So you got Zach, you got Luke, you got Cornelius, you got Tevin. All starters. And if I'm not mistaken, in the first game against the Panthers, they were blocking for Shedeur Sanders. You got Jerry Jeudy out there. You got Njoku. So you got all of the starters out there. For Joe Flacco, you got Jones, number 79. And he's still, got another one. Collecting these dudes like Pokemon. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out there. So basically, he was out there with the starters. They was out there with the starters. That is Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel. So number 55. Yep. We got another one collecting them like Pokemon. You got Ethan Pochik. All the starters out there. You got Njoku right here. Number 78, Jack Conklin. Did I just collect another one? Yep. Practically all of the offensive linemen were out there protecting. 79, do we already got number 79? Yep, Jones. What number is that? 70? Zach Zentner? I think that's Zach Zentner. Yep, we already collected Zach Zentner. Number 55, we already collected him. Ethan. So you got the starters out here for Flacco. And look at all of that time he has to pass. Look at that. And I'm going to do a countdown. 13, 12, 11, 10. So from the 13-second mark on the time clock, 3 to 4 seconds. He even had more time than that. And we're going to skip to when Dylan Gabriel comes in, because I want to see if they still had that old line out there when Dylan Gabriel was out there. Oh, snap. I hit 0. My bad. I want to skip to Dylan Gabriel. Let's go. At what point did Dylan Gabriel get in the game? I'm tweaking. Or did Flacco play a whole first quarter? I can't remember. Look at all that time he got to pass. Number 77. Did we already collect him? Wyatt Teller. No, we didn't. So there's another starter. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 linemen starting. And they got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm missing 2. I'm missing Joel. And I'm missing Killen. So I'm missing number 54 and I'm missing number 75. Look at all that time he got to pass. Come on, let's see. Because they talking about Shedeur was holding the ball for more than 3 seconds. He was holding the ball for more than 4 seconds. Let's see. From 22, 21, 20, 19. That's more than enough time to get the pass off. You see it. Number 65. Did we already collect him? Or is that 65? What is that, number 60? That's probably one of the dudes that got cut. Yeah. Number 68. He got cut, I think. Yep. Number 68. Yep, Jackson. That is Jackson Barton, who got cut. So pretty much shuffling the rotational players in with the non-rotational guys. So now we go into the second quarter, and you guys can pretty much see the starters were in there with Flacco. That's how they got 7 points. Now we're going to see a mixture of the 2s and the 1s for Dylan Gabriel. And we got number 68. We already know he got waived. Number 68 is Jackson. Jackson Barton. Hopefully you guys are following me. It's number 74. I think number 74 is a starter. Yeah, that's Tevin Jenkins. So he in there with a mixture of starters. So I'll say technically the 1s and the 2s. Just to be generous. Because number 68 could have been a third string. Who knows? That looks like number 72. He moves just like number 72. Yep. I don't learn this dude movement in less than 30 minutes total of watching. Well, I gotta say, because the first 2 live streams, I spent a total of 80 minutes talking about the first 40 minutes. So I've only seen like 30 minutes of this guy's, or watched a total of 30 plus minutes approximately of this guy on the Cleveland Browns, and I've already studied. I already know his movements and how he moved. That's exactly how I knew that was number 72, Jason Ivey, because of how he moves. He moves the exact same way every freaking time. That's number 72. Number 72. I knew that was him. As soon as the ball was spiked and he started moving backwards. And I'm sorry I'm doing this to you, dude, but you are terrible. I ain't going to say that. You know what? I can't say that. I've never seen an offensive tackle as bad as this guy, number 72. And that's why he was waived. He moves the exact same way, bro, with no type of... He doesn't try to bring the pressure. And granted, that's probably how that is possibly how they are trained to defend on a particular drive. You know how you got the when you have the run plays, then you have the lineman move towards the defenders. But he is moving constantly. Every video, every play that I see him in, he's always constantly moving away from the defender. But back to the point at hand. Was it a sabotage? So now you got a mixture of the starters and the non-starters. I'm just say that because I'm tired of saying ones, twos, and threes. I'm just saying starters and non-starters. And most of the players that got waived. Number 68, I think, got waived. You still got number 50 out, 50-something out there. That could be either Ethan, Luke, and I don't think any other players that got waived wore any 50. Number 50. Zach Winter's still out there. So you got some of the starters, the non-starters, and the players that got waived all out there still for Dylan Gabriel. So now let's get down to the cream of the crop. In the third quarter, you should have still had somewhat your linemen out there. Because you're going to get a week off before the game one start of the season. Before you guys play the Cincinnati Bengals, you're going to get a week off. So why not have your linemen out there at least until the fourth quarter? So now we're going to get into are the starters and the non-starters on top of the players that got waived for Shedeur Sanders' first possession. Are we going to see at least one starter? Please let me see at least one starter. I need to see at least one starter. Number 69 got waived. And number 69, for those that don't know, is... Who is number 69? Oh, Lorenzo Thompson. Dude got a black first name. That's crazy. So, number 72, there you go. Jason Ivey. Making North Carolina A&T look so horribly bad in the production that they bring into the NFL. So far we've accounted for 2 waived offensive linemen for Shedeur Sanders. 2 waived. Lorenzo has been waived. Jason Ivey has been waived. And they're playing right next to each other. That's number 69 and number 72. Right next to each other. 2 waived offensive linemen already in the third quarter, and people talking about, oh, he was holding on to the ball too long. Let's see if the defense, look, the defense is already crashing the pocket. You guys got to understand, there's an invisible pocket that quarterbacks know, and once the opposition gets into this little area right here, once one defensive lineman push the offensive line back to any point between this hash mark and this hash mark, the pocket is already broken. Now, you can say step up in the pocket, but you don't want to do that because you got 2 linemen who just got waived the same day, probably right after the game ended. These 2 burger flippers had got waived. But look, the pocket is already, you remember, let's rewind. Look at these hash marks. 1, 2, 3. You got 3 hash marks. Okay, let me put it like this. This is a pocket from, I would say these 4 hash marks are technically the quarterback's pocket to pass in. The 40-yard line right here, 41, 42, then you got 40, 39, 38. So from the 38-yard line to the 42-yard line is somewhat Shedeur Sanders' pocket to pass in. If for whatever reason the pressure starts to get between that, look at the pressure. The pressure is already to the 40-yard line. He was just standing on the 40-yard line. Granted, you got a 2-step drop, 5-step drop, whatever the case may be. If you're Dak Prescott, you got a 10-step drop back and pass. But the line is already to the 40-yard line. Let me see in the first quarter. Dang it, I should have remembered that timestamp. Let's see if Joe Flacco's quarterback pocket or even Dylan Gabriel's quarterback pocket was ever crashed upon like that. Let's go ahead and see that. Okay. Let's see. So we got Joe Flacco 20, 21, 22, 23 at the 23-yard line. Let's see where he gets pushed back. At the 23. What you got? You got technically you got the drop back. So a quarterback is not going to stay in the pocket. He's going to drop back 1, 2, probably 5 steps, depending on what the play is being called. And it's like the shotgun. So of course. So look at the pocket. The pocket is breaking down for him too. But let me just stay on track, man, because I don't want to make this too long. I don't want to make this excruciatingly long. That's what I don't want to do. So let's get back to the point. Quarterback's pocket. And maybe Shedeur should have stayed a little bit longer, but how could he when you got most of the offensive line being waived? And that pressure it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. So okay, so now we can skip that. Get back to the offensive line. Because a lot of these boneheads out there don't believe that Shedeur is actually sabotaged. And if you're gonna have a mixture of the starters and the non-starters play for your first 2 quarterbacks, have a mixture of your starters and your non-starters play for Shedeur. And let's go on and get into it to end this thing. Since people don't believe it's a conspiracy. If you know Kenny Pickett is not there, technically your third string quarterback is Sanders. So, if I'm not mistaken, Sanders played the entire third quarter and some of the fourth quarter, if not all of the fourth. So, what are we doing here? If you really wanted to develop him, keep him in there, just like you had Dylan Gabriel out there with some of the starters, mostly the starters, and probably one wave player or 2. But you literally got every player that was waived. Here go the faces. If you guys are wondering, just some of the faces. I don't think Eric. Tinsley, I can't find him, but I'm pretty sure whatever number we don't see on the depth chart, it's Tinsley. But what I wanted to say is, why not have Shedeur, since you let Flacco play some snaps in the first quarter, and then you let Dylan finish out the first and had him play the entire second. Why not use every offensive lineman in the rotations that y'all did for those 2 quarterbacks for Shedeur in the third and just let Huntley finish out the game? Why would you want to leave this? Let's get into it, man, because this is stupid. Number 72 we know is fired. Number 69 got fired. And what number is that? Number 50, number 67, I think that is. Is that a 5 or a 6? Look at that. No, that's a 6. So is number 67 still? Number 67 was Javon Cohen. So literally everyone, number 62, let's see, is he accounted for? And if I'm not mistaken, number 62 has been waived too. That's Bucky Williams. So you got number 72 was waived, 69 was waived, 62 was waived, 67 was waived. That's 4 linemen accounted for right now for the third quarter. 4 linemen accounted for the third quarter to protect or somewhat try to protect Shedeur Sanders. Now, that is why Shedeur Sanders looked like, you know what, this job is already lost. And that's why he looked defeated. Because he knew he was going out there with some farmers. Every lineman that was blocking for Shedeur was fired right after the game ended. Number 67, we already accounted for him. Number 54, if I'm not mistaken, we already accounted for. Oh, that's it got so bad that he put Killian Zier in there. And I don't even know if he's a starter. Ooh, you know what? I can see if he's a starter. What am I talking about? I can see it. So you got DeJuan Jones, Joe Platadona, Ethan Pacheco, Wyatt Taylor, and Jack Conklin. So he's not even a starter. He's the backup to Wyatt Taylor. So you got the twos and the wave people. You got the twos and the ones that got waived. Not even a starter. 67. That's Javon. He got waived. Number 54. Zach. 65, 58, 67. Number 58. Where's number 58? I think I can honestly say that Tinsley is number 58 because that's the only person that we haven't accounted for. We got number 72. Got number 62. Got number 68, 67, 69. So that has to be Tinsley right there, number 67. Not 67, but what number is that? 67? Yeah. No, I'm tweaking. What number did I just say? Did I say 58? I think 58. Or was it 65? Man, it don't matter. Just understand that Shedeur Sanders was sabotaged. Not one starter went out there in the third quarter. Look the line, the pocket is not for Shedeur. Look at this, man. How you gonna step? People talking about he should have stepped up. What is he gonna step up to? If he steps up, you know the defensive tackle gonna reach their long arms of the law out there and grab his jersey. And they're smart enough to know when the quarterback starts his throwing motion to smack his arm or smack the ball, forward motion, a fumble. So I saw that a lot yesterday. Look at it. Just take number 58 on the defense, number 59 on the defense, for example. He reached his arm out there. Now imagine if he steps up in the pocket, what this guy's going to do or what this guy's going to do. They're going to reach like he's reaching for him. And people talking about him taking a 20-yard sack. Instead of throwing granted, you can chalk that up to Shedeur Sanders, but two things can be right. The offensive line was horrid, and Shedeur Sanders should have threw the ball away. It would have been an incomplete pass. So all in all, to end this thing, the Cleveland Browns have made the following roster moves. Terminated 4 contracts, waived 17 players, half of those players being on the offensive line. Lorenzo Thompson, Javon Cohen, Jackson Barton, Bucky Williams, Jason Ivey, the worst performer of the preseason for the Cleveland Browns by far. Because he was playing so bad, I took notice of it watching the film of Shedeur's first game against the Panthers. I kept seeing him get beat. Even in this game, he was getting beat. And he wasn't given the opportunity to at least be protected like Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel were. Being able to, go out there and leave a good taste. But this is what I'm going to say to end this thing. I can't wait to see the Cleveland Browns fail. As they've been doing their entire modern football lives. Since 1989, these guys have failed to win 10 games or more for more than 5 seasons. For more than 5 seasons. And the reason why I started right there is because the modern era for me started in the 90s. Of sports in general. I don't care what genre of sports. Basketball, football, baseball, soccer, whatever the case may be. Once the 90s hit, that was the beginning of the modern era of sports for me. Anything prior to that, prehistoric. Prehistoric. Now, 89, you guys can see the Browns had some success. And we're not even going to talk about the prehistoric times for them. Now, 4 times these guys have won 10 plus games since 1989. Well, I'm going to say 1990. Since the start of the modern era of sports, in my opinion, they've only been able to win 10 plus games 4 times. Now, don't even get me started on the Jets. But this is not about the Jets because they're not treating their 5th round draft pick like they're doing. And Kevin Stefanski has 2 of those. Ironically, Bill Belichick has 1 of those. And a coach we don't even know anything about has 1 of those, unless you're a Browns fan. But look at all of these single-digit seasons. And mixing in an 0-16 year for them that actually got them Baker Mayfield, who actually got them their 3rd 10-plus win season under his 4th head coach in his 1st year in Kevin Stefanski. That's why I say Kevin Stefanski is probably the best coach that the Cleveland Browns have had in their modern history. And you already know the other coach, Collier, I think would be his name, Collier, Brown. Hold on, is Jim Brown? Oh, I was about to say Jim Brown was the head coach. Who is Collier? Let's do some research. Blanton Collier. What kind of name is that? It's crazy. But back to my point. How? And ironically, Joe Flacco, since we on that point, because a lot of people are acting like Joe Flacco deserves this starting spot. What has Joe Flacco done since 2018? 2017, actually. Let's see. 9-7, 4-1. 2 winning seasons as a starter since 2017. Granted, in 2018, he lost his starting job to a running back that plays the quarterback position. This team and organization is terrible, and I hope I'm gonna be watching them all year too. Ooh, I'm gonna be covering them, and I'm gonna come out with a segment called the top, because I'm gonna be doing the top 5 power rankings for the NFL, and which is a pretty successful segment that I do for the teams next year. I'm going to do a top 5 power rankings for the best teams, and then I'm going to do a top 5 worst teams, and the Browns going to be on there every freaking week. And it could come back to haunt me because now they have an added motivation to not play bad just in spite of Shedeur Sanders. But let's get back to the point I was making, Joe Flacco. They swear Joe Flacco is just this amazing quarterback. And if you don't do your research, you probably won't know that Joe Flacco hasn't had 1 winning season outside of the season that he only played 5 games with Kevin Stefanski. He lost his starting job to Lamar Jackson, going 4-5, running back that is, that plays quarterback. Ironically, goes to the Denver Broncos, go 2-6, and guess what quarterback performed better than he did? Their rookie, Bo Nix, actually won 10 games. 8 more games than Joe Flacco. Then you go to the New York Jets. This is going to be a good one for me to end on because a lot of people sleep on Aaron Rodgers. Granted, it's the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers in 1 season had more wins than Joe Flacco did in 3 seasons as a starter for the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers had 5 wins. Now, that's not good, but it's the New York Jets. If you want to talk about some of the worst organizations in sports, New York Jets, Cleveland Browns got to be number 1 and 2. 5 wins for Aaron Rodgers, only 1 win for Joe Flacco. Then he goes to the Indianapolis Colts and goes 2-4. So, what will the Cleveland Browns season look like for this upcoming NFL season? On one end, I feel like if they play well, it's going to be in spite of all of the support for Shedeur Sanders. But it is the Cleveland Browns. And granted, the only thing that they have riding for them right now is the fact that in 2023, Kevin Stefanski went 11-6 with two different quarterbacks. That is Joe Flacco and Deshaun Watson. So, Joe Flacco, 40 years old. Aaron Rodgers, 40 years old. We are going to see if Aaron Rodgers' bad year in New York was a fluke because of all of the turmoil. We're going to see which. That's another storyline that I'm going to be following. Is Flacco at 40 better than Aaron Rodgers? But let's be real. I'm going to end this after this point. I said I was going to end it after that amazing point that Flacco had one win in 3 years versus Aaron Rodgers. But look at this. For his career, outside of the Super Bowl MVP, this man has no Pro Bowls, no All-Pros. The only award that he has had, not even one MVP vote. AP Comeback Player of the Year. And this is who the Cleveland Browns are choosing to be their starter. You want to talk about one of the most overrated quarterbacks? This man better not get into the Hall of Fame. And these wins are only because he played with the Baltimore Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens, because of their defense. But how do you have not one, after winning a Super Bowl and being an MVP of the Super Bowl, the next year you don't even have one vote as an MVP? Oh, I don't know. It's the Cleveland Browns, an organization that has only won 10 plus games 4 times since 1990. Of course, they're going to sign a quarterback like Joe Flacco. This is embarrassing. Cleveland Browns fans, are they in love with mediocrity? Not one vote for any award, no Pro Bowls, no nothing. This man has more jersey selections than votes. I'm done.
Got a dime and a two-seater, real life she fine in a new Beamer. I spin my game in a white Beetle. Can't smoke, but I feel fine. New whip, new key, then she down the ride. Get caught up in the mix when she feeling me. When she not up on my dick, it been killing me. I said when I try, I don't apologize. She on my mind.